What's up, Wayne Barron here with, well, as you can tell, we're inside of, or trying to connect to SQL Server. And if we come over here, and this right here is our SQL Server Management Studio, we do a test on it, it's not going to connect. So what's going on? Why can't I connect onto my SQL Server through a website or through SQL Server Management Studio? Well, there's two places that we need to go to in order to make our connections to SQL Server database from our website and be able to remotely access SQL Server from our SQL Server Management Studio. There we go. A network-related or instance-specific error occurred while establishing a connection to SQL Server. The server was not found or was not accessible. So we are going to clear up these errors. So let's move this over here. So the first thing we want to do is that we want to right-click and choose Run, and then just type in MMC, choose OK. From File, go to Add Remove Snap-in. Now this right here is if you're running a SQL Server on another computer. Okay, I've got my SQL Server running on a Windows 2016 core server, which has no desktop. So we're going to scroll down here, we're going to choose Windows Defender, choose Add Another Computer, we're going to do SQL Core 06, then choose OK. Now we are connected onto our SQL Server. We're going to come up here to View and then Add Remove Columns. We're going to make it so that we can actually find what we're looking for. Go to Local Port. We're going to move it up and move it down one. And then we're going to do Remote Port, do Protocol, and move it up. Protocol will be fine right there. Click, and now we've got access to our name, our port, and our protocol. We're going to add in 2 SQL Server inbound rules. So over here on the right hand side, click on New Rule. We're going to choose Port, click on Next, and we're going to give this as 1433. It's going to be TCP. Choose Next, all the connections, Next domain, then we're going to give it SQL, and choose Finish. Then our next rule is going to be a port. Next, this one right here is going to be 1434. This one's going to be UDP. Click on Next, allow the connection, domain private public. This right here is going to be SQL Server Browser Service. Choose Finish. Okay, so that takes care of our firewall rules. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to come right click and choose Computer Management. Once Computer Management opens up, right click on Computer Management Local and choose Connect to another computer. We're going to do SQL Core 06 and come down here to Services and Applications. Now this can only be done if you're doing this from the machine that has SQL Server Management Studio installed on it. If you do not have SQL Server Management Studio installed on the system that you're following this video on, then this will not work. This will not show up. So you got to be on the system that has SQL Server Management Studio installed in order to do this right here. If you're doing this on the same machine that you have SQL Server Management Studio and SQL Server Instance installed on, then you can just come over here, choose your Start Programs, come down here to Microsoft SQL Server 2019, and you can choose the SQL Server 2019 Configuration Manager from here, which is pretty much give you the same information as what we're getting ready to do here, except that this right here is on my local system. I'm not connecting, so I'm not messing with this. I'm messing with a remote server. So let's come over here and choose SQL Server. We're going to right click and choose to enable this one. Then we're going to right click and choose to enable this one. Double click, open it up, go to IP addresses, and we're going to choose yes for this. And then we're going to change this right here to 1433. If there's a 0 right here, delete the 0. Scroll all the way down here to the bottom, TCP port, and then we're going to put 1433 on this one. Choose Apply, choose OK, OK again. Come over here to Services, and let's go ahead and move that over. Hit your S key for SQL, come all the way down to here, double click on SQL Server Browser, change Manual to Automatic, and hit Start. Choose Apply, choose OK, right click on the SQL Server Instance right here, and choose Restart. Now, if you are in a domain, a Windows domain, and you have created logins for your SQL Server instances, this is where they would be put in at. So you would double click here, you would go on to log on, and then you would put in the domain /SQL engine on this one with the password, and then you would do the same thing with the SQL agent right there. Now with all that set, we should be able to access our website, and there we go. And now if we come over here, we should be able to hit test, and there we go. All right, I am Wayne Barron for CFF Coding Shorts for SQL Server and how to access SQL Server through your SQL Server Management Studio and through a website. Y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye.